This is your family's first and most important line of defense against Mother Nature. When she strikes, make sure you call the people that I trust, my family and friends at Exterior Home Solutions.
He's Grant Ramey, I'm Rob Lewis, and Grant, our last fast break, our last break.
The last break, one win short.
One win short. Almost tried to speak it into existence, but it didn't quite happen. This is the Exterior Home Solutions fast break on Volquest.com. And granted, it was a heavyweight fight. I mean, Tennessee belonged here. They, gave Purdue everything they wanted, and in the end, Zach Aidoo, too much.
I don't know what you do with him.
I don't either.
I don't know how you saw. I think you kind of maybe came into a sense with let Zach Aidoo get his and shut down everybody else. Well, they shut down everybody else. It felt like Zach Aidoo got his, and it still wasn't enough to advance.
It turns out when his was 40 instead of 27 or 28.
Right.
That's the difference.
16 fouls drawn, and 22 free throws for him, and I think 20 for Tennessee. Like, it's hard to overcome that, and I don't know. Tennessee, you get 37 from Dalton. You needed a little bit more from other guys. Josiah started strong. You needed more from him. You needed Zakai to hit more shots. You just need a little bit more from other people to get past this stage.
And Jonas Aidoo, the third leading scorer on your team, Coach Barnes had benched him after he picked up his third foul. Jonas Aidoo sat the last 17 minutes of a regional final. And
it's been a rough couple weeks for him. He wasn't great in the second round against Texas. He wasn't great Friday night against Creighton. Tobe Awaka stepped up the last couple weeks and gave them some big-time minutes, but it's hard to avoid foul trouble when you're trying to officiate,
exactly.
or when you're trying to defend.
And I'll tell you what, man, JP Estrella grew up.
Yeah, that was a huge JP Estrella growth game for his future, and the way he defended and the way he kind of stood his own almost.
He didn't shut Edie down
right.
Nobody's
going to.
But he didn't shy away from the challenge, is my point.
I think
he embraced it.
He's way better off moving forward with what he showed himself, what he proved today, and trying to stop or slow down Zach Aidoo, because he had some big possessions, he had some big screens, he had some big just kind of defensive standing his ground when it felt like nobody else could except for maybe Tobe.
And so JP plays 15 minutes today, the most he's played his whole freshman year, came in the Elite Eight. So I thought that was significant, and I don't take any delight in ever being critical of a college player, but man, tough day for Jonas Aidoo.
It was rough, and it always felt like with Jonas the first 5 minutes of the game before that first media timeout, you could kind of tell what kind of day it was going to be for Jonas. And if he misses that first shot, it feels like he misses the next 5. And he just obviously it's a huge matchup against Edie, and it's going to be hard to win a lot of those battles. But you got to have more from him. He's got to hit that mid-range shot to maybe open things up a little bit. And he was struggling to find his shot for basically everything except St. Peter's, where they established him early in that first round game, and he played well then. Yeah,
and Coach Barnes said post-game that Aidoo not playing in the second half was far more about his defense and allowing Edie to get deep position as opposed to being 0 for 4 from the floor. And Grant, we can't wrap this up without talking about Dalton Knecht and the show he put on it. I mean, you talk about going out in style. I mean, I know it's not how he wanted to go out, but then you talk about leaving some memories.
Yeah, 37, the way he did it, starting 4 for 4 from 3, going on that tear where he put Tennessee up 12. At one point in the first half, and that's what we saw from him all season. He's going to score in bunches. He's going to do it in quick spurts. He did it again, and the crazy thing is you have to go next season. You're coming back to reality of there's no more Dalton Knecht, and he's not going to have that. You're not going to have that 24 points a game or whatever it was that he averaged. So a once in a lifetime kind of generational find out of the portal, and you go back into the portal looking for more scoring and trying to figure out how you can get back to this stage.
We might see a kid someday, Grant, start his career in JUCO, move to a mid-major where he doesn't even make all-conference and then be the SEC Player of the Year, but I doubt it. I'm not betting on it.
No, and to become a lottery pick, which he's probably going to be later this summer, and it's crazy. He's always been a scorer. He was just never really discovered, I guess, enough, or found, but he found the right spot here. It was a perfect marriage between Tennessee and him.
Great way to put it.
And it was pretty magical. It was fun to watch.
It was a lot of fun to watch, and really, it shouldn't be surprised that he did it on this stage. I mean, one thing we've talked about all season long, man, he doesn't feel pressure, or if he feels it, he's impervious to it.
Right.
And to blow up like he did on this stage under the pressure that he was under, and he carried Tennessee. Took 31 shots, and it's not because he's a ball hog. Everybody else was playing hot potato.
Tennessee didn't get to the Final Four, but it felt like a Final Four game when you're watching Edie and Knecht go back and forth to the two best players in college basketball, the two Player of the Year candidates in college basketball, and it felt for a while like Dalton might outduel him, but man, it's hard to stop that guy.
It is very hard to stop. And, no shame in this loss. It was a great season for Tennessee. Regular season champs, got as far as they have ever been in this tournament. And, I know it's a disappointing way to end, but man, it was a big time year.
Yep, and now you got to reset. And what's life like without Josiah? What's life like without Santiago Vesky? Like, what do you go into the portal looking for?
And who goes into the portal from your own?
Who goes into the portal from Tennessee? You're gonna have to find a scorer. Probably need another big. You kind of immediately flip the switch to trying to figure out what's next.
Yeah, it's probably going to need a couple of scores to replace number 3.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Pretty good. It was what a ride. He's Grant Ramey. I'm Rob Lewis. This has been the Exterior Home Solutions Fast Break on Volquest.com.